All right. You know what this is, man? This is behind the scenes, backstage pass to the University of Badassery Podcast.
It definitely is, because I'm like still going over notes.
Going over notes. We are here at Mac's house once again to finally record and shoot another episode of the University of Badassery Podcast. We haven't done one in a long time.
It's been a minute.
But we're doing a little different things on this one, and we're filming a little bit different. But so my son Joe is here; he's behind the camera. And but just to give you guys kind of a glimpse of what we do, how we do it. I've had several different ways that I've recorded this podcast over the last few years that Mac and I have been doing this, and so my footprint keeps getting smaller and smaller each time.
Yep.
So what we use is right over here is a Zoom recorder. It's a H6 handy recorder, and it will go directly to, there's a disc you can insert, and it'll take up to 4 mics, and we just go directly to those discs, and then they go to these 2 condenser mics, which we have really nice.
It's funny, the Zoom, they make guitar effects box.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have a good shit.
Whenever I tell people Zoom, they always think, you mean like the video conference thing? No, the audio gear.
Right, the audio gear.
So anyway, so we just recorded that, and then that will go and be matched to the film footage, because we also video this for YouTube. But yeah, we used to set up in Mac's downstairs. Now we're up here in his upstairs office.
Yeah, don't take too close of a look at it, because it's a wreck.
It's a wreck. But we've got our sponsor stuff here, Taconic, Invader, Killcliff. We don't endorse the water. That's just here for,
Excuse me.
for livelihood.
Yep.
But, you know, these are always a good time. Now, we did shoot vlog type stuff today, so we've already been filming and recording all day today. So now that we're finishing up with the blogcast.
Yep.
It's an important thing. We've kind of gotten off of it because we've been doing the coaching squad now since 2020, April 2020. So we were doing 2-hour live streams.
Yep, a lot.
On a weekly basis.
Weekly basis, yep.
2 Zoom calls a month, which are 2 hours apiece. So what is that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hours of audio recording and video recording that you and I are doing every month. And people are commenting on the Badassery page, when are you guys going to do another podcast?
Right.
And we're like, well, shit. We feel like we're doing one all the time.
All the time, yeah. But it's just exclusively with the squad.
Yeah, exclusively with the squad. So
some of that content has been, you've been putting that out on the YouTube channel and such, so, which is because it's good content.
Yeah, it is. But it's funny how, in fact, thinking through a lot of the squad members, people that are part of the Keep the Blaze Alive coaching squad, so many of them started out with the podcast.
Right.
You know, and so there's value to it. We understand that. There's so many, podcasts out there. I don't know how people listen to any of them, but I get the value of it. It's something you can, TV you have to watch. You're stationary, but podcasts, audiobooks, like
listen
music,
on the run.
Yeah, you can listen to them on the run. So I know how much people value, whatever you have to bring, speaking of Mac. And so my job, with the help of my son and whoever else, is to keep that coming. So we're going to try to get back on a little more of a regular schedule with this. And so we're going to start with, again, we're not talking about us still, so that part remains the same. To call it the University of Badassery would seem to be presumptuous.
Yep. It would seem to be.
So we've been talking about badasses in history. Again, University of. And granted, we're not historians. This is bro history, right? It's bro history.
Yep.
But now we're going to talk about some of the books that have been meaningful for Mac, because people often ask you about that. So we want to talk a little bit about
Which are badass, because it's having that badass attitude. A lot of these books, sports psychology type of things, are how to develop a badass attitude.
Right.
A winning attitude.
So that's what we're going to talk about today, and so I'm excited about that. But just to give you guys a glimpse of what happens before and after the University of Badassery Podcast. Metal up.
Boom!